Hey everybody, I'm Jane and this is the PB&J Influence and I'm going live, like full on live, don't save it for later live. This is like the real deal live, so I don't even know how the lighting is for you all. Anyway, you guys, I am doing this challenge, this 30-day challenge. And part of our assignment is to actually go live 1 to 3 times a week. And there's a blessing in that. I've been resisting it because it's really scary. But when I accepted it, I found all the blessings and the relief. This going live, crazy, scary thing. And here's why. Okay, so what I'm talking about today is resistance versus acceptance. And the reason that this even came up for me and that I wanted to share it with you is because I was out at the ranch this morning watching one of my horses in his little training session. And boy, did he inspire me to talk about this with you all. And as I'm with my horses, I'm always looking at their lives and seeing the reflections that their lives have upon my life, or just the parallel similarities going on between what the horses are experiencing in their world and what I'm experiencing in my world. And when I watch them, and it's so easy for me to see how they could just have such a better experience if they would just do A or B or C instead of X, Y, and Z, right? Then I go, oh, wow, that's kind of like my life too. If I would just do A, B, and C instead of X, Y, and Z, I'd be having a better experience. So hence came the topic of acceptance and resistance. So I'm watching one of my horses today, and in 2 different circumstances. At first, I had him tied just to a regular hitching post. It's like no big deal. Like, when you go to, you watch the movies, the old Westerns, and you see all the horses are just tied up outside of the saloon. Like, and most of them, they're just, if you really look, they're just hanging with the bit thing that's in their mouth and the reins, which you should never do, just kind of looped over a little log, right? And the horses stand there for hours on end while their owners are, in the saloon for however long, right? I mean, and it just happens that way. Actually, any horse should be able to just stand for as long as we ask him to do, within limits of needing water and food, okay? So we know that this is possible because when you put a horse out in a pasture, they stand. So we know that they're physically capable of doing that, right? It's not like we're trying to teach them to do something that's an impossibility that goes against their nature. Oh no, this is what they like to do. They like to stand. So here is my horse tied up to this hitching post, and he cannot stand still. He is pawing, he is pacing, he's tossing his head. You can just see the aggression and the frustration and the anger, just the indignation, like, I can't believe I have to stand still. This is the worst thing ever. And he's moving back and forth and pawing. And I mean, it almost really can cause you anxiety. Anyone, not just me, but anyone watching it, whoa, like this, like upsetting me. And so he's been having to have these kind of standstill lessons. And today he wasn't doing very well. Some days he gets it very well, but today he wasn't having it. And so the more that he resists the ability to just stand still, the longer I'm watching and waiting for him to stand. Because the minute that he stands still and relaxes his body is the minute that I'm going to take him off of that hitching post and take him on a walk and go do something else. Finally, he decides to stand still. Now, at that moment, I went on and untied him, but I didn't because I was watching his body. And in his body was all the tension a horse could ever have. Just he's standing still, but he's rigid and he's resisting relaxation. I'm offering him a moment in time where all he has to do is just chill out, check out, and just, it's not so hard, horsey, right? It's like, it's just there for him, the ability to, relax, take a little vacation, just chill out. But he wouldn't do it. Okay, example 1. Example 2, later on, after he had finally accomplished that, then I untied him and we went to the arena to practice really simple circles and backing up and coming forward, backing up and coming forward. And all of these activities involve him having to move his feet. Really, that's the whole point, is to get the horse to move his feet in the direction that he is being asked to move. Well, you would think after standing at that hitching post that he would be thrilled to be able to come move his feet, because he didn't want to stand still before, remember, right? So now I'm asking him to move his feet. And what happens in this situation? All of a sudden, old patterns that are constantly running in his brain from poor training previously, prior to me having him, frequencies, patterns, stuck ways of being, things that have been imprinted onto him, he's running those patterns. And his first notion, ask him to move his feet, is to what? Resist. No way. Wow. So then we have to go through this whole thing to get him, to move his feet. In that process, what I notice is when he refuses to move his feet, when I ask him, he starts to move his body, but his feet don't go with him because he's so locked up in the head that he can't get his feet unlocked. And it's causing him physical tension. The tension in his head is causing him tension in his body. And in both circumstances, out on the hitching post and in the arena, both of those situations are causing him temporary pain and suffering, all because he isn't doing one thing, which is accepting what is in the moment. Out on the hitching post, all he had to do was go, oh, I get to stand. I'm tied. I have to stand. Now, he may not agree with that, and he may not condone that or approve of that, but he can certainly accept that in this moment, this is what is. And the same thing in the arena. When he is asked to move his feet, all he has to do is accept that notion and go with it. And in both cases, he will find immediate relief because it's much easier to accept what is in that moment. Now, take all of that and add that to your life. Think about your life. Think about the situations in your life, which is what I do constantly. I'm watching him do all of this and I'm going, wow. I see, I'm getting it. What are some things in your life that maybe situations that you are just stuck in the ground about, resisting, stiff, stuck thoughts in your brain, old patterns running in your frequency that are causing you pain and anguish about the way something is in your life? And or to accept that it is just what it is in this moment. Here's the amazing, cool thing about energy and how energy flows. And if you watch my channel at all, you can see I'm a little bit woo-woo, and I'm talking about energy because our entire universe is a creation of energy. Everything vibrates. Everything has a frequency. There's all this, and like I'm all energy, and I'm just vibrating at a level that you can perceive me. If I were vibrating faster, I would be more, or even like, look at a fan. When you turn a fan on versus when a fan is turned off, right? A fan that's turned off, you can see all the blades right where they are, just like you can see me right now, right where I am. You turn on a fan, and the faster it goes, did you realize like you can see through the fan, like to the other side, what's behind the fan, and you can't see the blade anymore? Isn't that crazy? That's kind of how vibrations work. So let's see, I lost my train of thought. Oh, here's the cool thing. The minute you stop resisting and having that energy and those patterns flowing from you that are literally causing you to have a very painful experience, not only that, but you're attracting more of the very thing that you hate or are not liking in your life. Because whatever that frequency is that you're resonating, it goes out and it attracts exactly that frequency and brings it to you. But the minute you change that, the minute you accept, it is, like that saying, it is what it is. That's a good one. Is what it is. The minute you do that, you actually open up this gateway, because now you've dropped the resistance, and you'd be amazed how fast that situation can change now in your life. Solutions will come up that you weren't even thinking about, because that wasn't where your brain was to begin with, but also because now you've opened the pathway for solutions for that very situation to alter itself. The energy shifts. And exactly like with my horse, the minute he would accept the situation is the second, the very blink of an eye, where he's going to get relief, and we're not going to have to go through this. And that's when his training session stops. The minute he does everything willingly, the minute you can see that shift in his attitude, that's the minute it's over. And he's like, oh, what? We're done? Oh, whoa. Oh, that was easy. Like, I'm going to remember that for the next time, because if I just do what she's asking me to do, the minute I do that, I'm done. I don't have to do it anymore. Wow, awesome. It's kind of like that, you guys. So anyway, this is my big little talk on acceptance and resistance. If you have any questions, please comment in the box below, and be sure to like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you know when I'm going live, because I have to go live for my YouTube challenge. Thanks so much, and be sure to check below for any links. Oh, I do have a 15-day business challenge down below, which is really cool. It's a very effective challenge, and it will help you to see areas in your life too that maybe where you're having some resistance of acceptance, or what it is you would like to be drawing in to your life, and help you to find a better way. All right, you guys, thanks so much for joining me live, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.